Hello and welcome back to Minecraft TerraFirmaCraft episode 5 of the 360 day series, whatever it's called. I think I'm just gonna mess around for right now. Mostly going to be a gathering mining thing. Ooh. Okay. Well, I found some copper. That's actually a good sign. Find any more, I can gauge the area of if it's got copper or not. Every bit of copper I find is going to be helpful, because once I actually find a copper vein, well then I'm pretty much set. Ooh, found some cassiterite. So it might just be that random chance of getting an off ore, but I usually doubt that. Because usually, where there's ore on the surface, there's usually ore underneath. So I'm gonna say there's probably some copper at least under here. And probably some sort of cassiterite under here. Because I found two pieces here now, so I'm gonna have to say that's probably got some cassiterite underneath. And checking around. The more ore I find, the better things get. I thought there was a creeper right next to me for some reason. Guess I saw the green. So far I haven't had any white cedar saplings or anything, so I'm gonna actually try to get some saplings from this. Not even one sapling. Well, white cedar here is actually pretty rare, so hopefully I can find more. I think I've only seen like 3 of these white cedars. And here's one of the only other white cedars I've seen so far. I guess they're not too rare. I guess the farther south you go, yeah, it's that south. This one's actually a pretty big one, so that's good. And I don't know how many I've gotten. I don't think I've gotten any yet, but I might have. I've gotten 1 white cedar sapling. Now, white cedar's not too bad. It's pure white. I mean, it's good for some things. Like if you're making like an altar or something, then yeah, it's pretty nice. Or if you're actually making like a monument or something. But overall, it's just not really worth much. At least in my eyes. Because it's, like, it really doesn't go good with many other stones. Which which makes building with it really kind of hard to do. I think the only stones that actually really work well with it are either basalt or marble. And I don't have marble around, but I do have basalt. And that's, even then, basalt's really hard to do with this unless you actually know what you're doing. Now, at one point I actually had basalt and marble right next to each other, and I actually made a pretty nice flooring out of that. But that was a while ago. In fact, I don't even know if that type of spawning can actually happen anymore, just because of the difference in versions. And there we go. How many white? Okay, I have about 3. That should be fine. What else do I need? I need seeds and I need more stone. Spruce. Chickens. Oh yeah, people were talking about me probably needing a fence or something in the actual Terra Firma season. And yeah, I actually was thinking about that quite a bit, especially after I got the scythe and did a lot of work with trimming the trees, but I just don't see that fences are as worth it. But it's kind of got, it's okay, I guess. Mostly because these things are really hard to actually get into a pen, first of all, and then you have to actually make a pretty nice big area for these things, otherwise they starve. Oh yeah, and there's no lapis, so you can't get blue dye, which actually makes me kind of sad. I mean, I think there's lapis that's I think TerraFirmaCraft actually does have a lapis. But if so, it's really rare, because I have yet to find one. I still don't like that present texture because it causes a lot of this to just not look like it should. I can't wait till... Probably would have just leapt to my death if I hadn't caught myself. Yeah, I just don't like it. I mean, it was a good touch. It was a fun Easter egg, but it's just kind of annoying to me. I can't put that in there. Considerite. How many sticks do I have? Not a lot. I do have a lot of considerite though, so that's good. I could probably make a considerite or a tin chisel or something. Actually, scratch that. I'm going to keep that considerite, because if I find a lot of copper, then I can have quite a bit of or I can have at least a little bit of bronze. I wish these actually had you could eat them. Probably like the red ones would be poisonous regardless. So have like poison whatever. Then again, he has yet to have poison introduced, so... Ooh. 5 clay. Make some more clay molds. We could use quite a bit more of those. In fact, scratch that. I need to go over to that area. Mostly because I do need to have my... Whoop. There used to be something there. I think that was a potato. Okay, that's annoying. I think I know what caused that, though. It's because the ground has nutrients value. When you place a piece of dirt, it doesn't have nutrients value at all. That's to prevent you from just digging up a piece of dirt and putting it back down, having full nutrients. I'm gonna need that. I'm keeping that there because I might have a use for it later. It's kind of like a dock thing. Luckily, not many of these cereal crops really care how much nutrients is in the ground. It just takes a little bit longer to grow. I didn't grab one of those stones, did I? I doubt I can just cause... I'm going to try this just for the hope that it might actually work. Nope. Thought so. I think it was this way. I forgot. I think I could drop down here. I do need more squid, but I'm not going to bother with that right now. I need more basalt. At least a single piece more. Okay, no spawns yet. That's good. Okay, yes, there is actually spawns. I just need a single piece, though. There is something on this side. He's coming out. Oh. Hi. Yes, you will burn. And then I just go over here, and don't know how... Okay, I guess I just walked off the wrong level, but... Yeah, okay, he's gonna survive for now. Luckily, damage is healed pretty fast. Probably by tomorrow, that little falling injury of me breaking my ankle or something will be fully healed. And these water elevators are quite useful until you have ladders, which I'm actually thinking I probably need to start making. For now, at least. Don't need to worry about having an anvil too far away. And it will create its own terrain. Just because this area is technically still part of the basalt area. Right down there. It has to be part of its biome. I can actually start making some whatchamacallit, zinc and tin. I'm going to need the fire starter and probably some extra fuel. What else do I need? I got an extra bucket, don't I? Yeah. So far, I haven't found any use for milk. It just seems to be nothing. And hopefully they'll introduce like a cheese or something. A churn would actually be pretty useful. And probably make some fried eggs, since I have quite a bit of it. And I also have a raw chicken and some raw beef. So this might just be partial cooking. This is actually kind of funny. Okay, I can actually do this right now. And then I'll need some time cooking up. I'm probably just going to cook these all. How much spruce do I have? Spruce and spruce. Pine I'm keeping because pine's not too bad. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. Spruce, is actually kind of reddish, which is similar to, like, it's really similar to sequoia or redwood or whatever it is. Nighttime. And I should be healed by the time I wake up. There we go. Let my hunger wear down a little bit more. There we go. Done. Toss in a few more spruce. Have a dip in the water. And I also remembered something that I was trying to remember. And yes, I did mess this up, but I can do something to make that better. And part of it is actually just letting this be opened up. And if I remember correctly, it should correctly settle. And any overflow would probably go over in that direction. Right off into here. Which wouldn't bother me as much. I lost quite a few buckets in here. And that's overflow. Goes down there, dissipates. So technically I'm draining my pool, but it's for a good cause. The rest of it should flow in there. And there we go. Almost perfect. In fact, I don't have my bucket on my in my inventory, but who cares? I need to throw this in. It's in here. I want to see if I can actually scoop it out now. still can't. I have to do this. There. Now I can. And yeah, that reservoir thing I actually learned is a little bit different than I was actually thinking, since they did the redoing of the water actual how it works, which is kind of disappointing because you used to be able to like take it up like this. This is technically a small reservoir, but as long as it's moving like that, then it won't work. If you do that, it won't move as much. That might move, but you could take another piece out of here. If you overfill it, well, it goes off and it evaporates. But that's fine, because that's not what I need it for. It's a good thing I have a lot of spruce. And so far I'm not really bothering replanting, I'm just gathering the saplings and such. Mostly because a lot of these things will just reproduce themselves. The aspen, I think, still produce over near the basalt area. And the rest of the area usually spawns these spruce. The pine and white cedar don't seem to respawn themselves, so just have to keep an eye out on those. Do I have any extra water? It'll be helpful when I have a red steel. That way I can just make a 4x4 and just have an infinite pool. Pretty much this is going just to be a episode of me cooking things and then just messing around. I think to make this an actual area, I would need 15 buckets of water here. So I can actually do that. 2. So you can't take it. Oh, I guess you can take it. 3. Should be able to do this. This. And one more. Yeah, it's difficult how to remember how to do this, but I'm just messing around. Do know that I could make this work correctly, and I've done it before. It just takes a little bit more effort than it used to, which is disappointing, but things like that sometimes just can't be helped. Probably should replace the next one. Press the final one, and I'm just going to go refill my buckets and make this an actual reservoir for now. Just had to make sure that the water would actually work the way I really wanted it to, and it does. It just takes a little bit more effort. Because I actually have an idea of what I'm going to do, and it's going to require me to actually do some, I'll be making aqueducts eventually. And that'll be fun to build. And it's more for decoration than actually anything else. probably be taking a piece of, or a couple of pieces of small sphalerite and then melting some normal sphalerite. And where's my other thing? Right here. I hate that this can still evaporate, and it's a really low temperature too. I think it was bright red 1 or something that it just evaporates. So far there's dark red, red, then bright red, which is not too far off, so it's kind of one of those things you really have to watch out for, because that would really mess things up. And can't really afford to have those types of mistakes. I think that should be enough for me to take out 1 bucket. Nope. It has to be filled above halfway to actually be able to do that. But it can't be overfilled, which is the problem. So really you can't under or overfill it. Now, in reality, I think the overfilling problem, that's just, or the overfill thing is just ridiculous, because if you have something overfilled, you could put a bucket in and you could take the water out pretty easily. Still can't take a... oh, right there. Okay. Huh. That's cool. I'll have to think about that still. Okay, take that out. Yeah, it's faint. Oh, it's faint red, dark red. No, faint red, red, dark red, bright red then. Who cares? Either way. Spruce isn't that hot, so that's why I use it. These low temp things, I think it would still probably melt it around that degree, so I would have to really be careful. And eventually, after I have bottles and such, I can actually start going around without having to carry a bucket of water, because I learned that the little bottles restore 25% of your water. And I think that reservoir thing is looking pretty nice. You can actually take from it now. Albeit not terribly much, but you can take a little. Dark red. I think that's as high as it's going to go. As long as this doesn't say caution on it, then I should be fine. And mostly my idea on the aqueduct thing is to make a somewhat more useful way of actually gathering water. Require a little bit of filling, but that's not hard if you have 4x4. Even with these types of things. I should be able to take a total of 2 buckets now. I should have been able to. Okay, I guess that'll take a little bit of time to actually work out. But yeah, it's about time to actually wrap this up. So next time I'll probably be doing something with metal. So have a good day, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.